They stole our land. Were you here when they stole the land? Nah, but it was my ancestors. Nigga, they dead. They're dead.
It's
Start
like,
something new. Make a new agreement.
yeah, on
Hey,
and on.
I know my family did this to yours. You know, let's try to see if we can reconcile. Obviously, I didn't do it to you. I wasn't on that. But obviously, there's a family, thing going on. What's the way that we could resolve it reasonably, where everybody could be, sort of happy, but we could coexist. Nobody says this shit. Everybody just says, "Nah, fuck that." Ah, 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 ah. Like it's just constant argument, yelling and screaming. Like y'all ain't coming to any type of agreements.
Yeah.
Especially like the ceasefire. The ceasefire for U.S. and whatever happened. What was it? Ceasefire happened for like an hour and back to stupid shit again.
Yeah,
For what?
it's been fluctuating basically like the stock market. It's in negotiations, it's been agreed upon, and then it's been stopped within a 4 hour window, and gas is showing as well because it's not necessarily going down, and if it does go down, it immediately spikes back up within a week.
Yeah, I never
Um,
seen $5 in my life over here, bro. In Arizona, $5. That nigga $5. That's like California.
but
I'm like, what the fuck is this?
people swear up and down. People swear up and down that the economy is in the best place that it's been compared to what it was back in 2020 or 2021, which in my
Nigga,
opinion
yeah,
wasn't the
right.
case. Um,
Nigga, yeah, right.
like I don't recall. I mean, I know for a fact that there was a time where gas was high under Biden, but um I don't think that the gas price necessarily affected my day to day because groceries themselves were affordable.
Right.
Um and then COVID was still a thing, so um sitting in traffic wasn't a thing. So I feel like when it came to my my fuel usage, it was more on average better off. I'm pretty sure I was getting a better mile per gallon back then. Um, but nah, man, it's just I'm not gonna sit here and say that it's Trump's fault that America is like this. Um,
No.
there was already gonna end up being divide, knowing for a fact that Trump was gonna run for presidency, and
Yeah, just cause.
it's been like that since his first
Yeah.
term. So for going on 10 years, this last decade has been kind of booty.
Like, who else is there to? I like, honestly, God, I don't know who else is there to put in there in office. Who else?
We have people, but when it comes to politics in general, they have who it is that they want up there. Um,
It, you, you know what I see? What the biggest? It's a the,
it's a popularity
uh,
contest, but
it
it's
is
not a popularity contest when it comes to the people. It's a
right.
popularity contest amongst Congress and all that.
Right.
Because that's
I
the reason as to why Gavin Newsom ended up winning or not Gavin Newsom. There was a female, I believe. She ended up winning the district for LA County, and they knew that it was basically the equivalent of Trump saying stop the steal. There was manipulation that actually happened because the dude was ahead. Like it was a landslide that he was up, and within like a 24-hour span she ended up gaining like 8% or some shit like that. So it ended up putting her in the lead by like 2%, which everybody was like, no, no, that's foul play. There's no way that she ended up winning.
hmm
So
People
there,
just need to stay out of politics, man.
it ain't even that. It's just on an honest note, I feel like politics needs to revert back to when it was discovered because politics itself it was debate amongst scholars, smart
Yeah,
people.
actual people that actually know what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah, that it was amongst people that made sense in them wanting to make their arguments. Whereas I can't recall, or I can't for the life of you tell you when filibustering was a concept, when it was invented, and this gerrymandering and all this. I don't understand as to how it is that they're allowed to bullshit on certain aspects, but we as normal Americans, we can't. If we mess up when it comes to our taxes, we get invaded. We end up having to deal with the IRS. If we drive without a license or our registration is expired, we get in trouble for it. So it's like I don't understand. I don't like, but then I don't. It is about feelings, and I know for a fact feeling me a decade ago up until now, me having a family or not, I know for a fact that this place is nowhere near as good as it was a decade ago.
Fuck no, bro. I'm like, especially the, oh my god, especially like all this, the, the, what the fuck, like the whole Pride Month shit. Like, it's forced upon a bunch of people that never asked for it.
True.
It, they hide, and then it's like, yeah, they borrow into like the kids that they can't, like they said, they borrow into the kids that they can't have, but they want to control your kids, and I see that.
Hmm.
And I have this like, I like, for the life of me, I don't give a fuck what the hell somebody does with whatever, who fuck, I don't care. Do whatever the fuck you want with the person, but why the fuck do I need to know what you're doing? Why? That's like me coming out on TV say, "Hey guys, I woke up, I had an English muffin. Uh, be happy for me. Be happy for me. I had an English muffin. Be happy." They're like, everyone's like, "What? Why the fuck do? Who cares?" Exactly. Who cares? And they're like, "Who are you?" Exactly. Who am I? I'm a nobody. Nobody needs to know who the fuck I am. So I don't need to know who the fuck somebody's putting a dick in somebody. I don't need to know this. I don't need to know why a dude or a chick is walking another fucking dude or chick down the road on, like, on some weird shit. I don't need to
Yeah.
know this. I don't
It,
want to sit there and explain to my kid, hey dad, why is that dude acting weird? I don't fucking know, man. I don't
it's
want to sit
the
there and explain that.
it's the day and age right now. With you just now saying that, I've come to realize that it's the day and age where oversharing things is acceptable. There's
Right.
things that you can easily keep to yourself. I'm not going to sit here and say that you need to keep it within your household, but there's things that you can keep to yourself that people feel as if it's necessary to be to be informed of. Um, just like whenever, like, the thing about the Libiquita group, which I don't have a problem with because there's
The who?
people inside of Libiquita, the alphabet group. I don't have a
You said,
problem with them.
Labiquita?
Yeah, Libiquita, LGBTQ
Oh,
and A
honestly,
Libiquita.
I'm not even gonna lie. That's actually, honestly, a better than saying the whole damn thing. Honest to God, I'm like, Labiquita. And it
Yeah,
sounds more okay. And it sounds more okay. All right.
yeah.
Continue.
I don't have a problem with the Libiquita group. Um, because there's people within my life are allied to them. But with that being said, uh the reason as to why I know for a fact that things like that can work is because it doesn't infringe on my day to day. The issue that I have pertaining to it, if the issue was to ever arise, is that you you get off trying to tell me how it is that I'm supposed to live my life. You try to correct the way it is that I use my verbiage, where you're not a teacher. It's one thing if I want to be informed about something that I'm not ignorant of. And it's one thing to inform me of things that I am ignorant on. If you want to tell me, or if you feel as if I'm quote unquote in the wrong pertaining to the wordage that I use, enlighten me, inform me. You're being an ableist because you're using the word retard, or you're being discriminatory because of this, that, and the third. I will take that. I'm not going to take that with a grain of salt. I'm going to try to comprehend why it is that you think that what it is that I'm using would be that. I will try to defend why I think that it isn't the case, and we could either agree to disagree, or I can come to terms, yes, you know what, you are right, and I apologize for it. But the same type of people that want to cry or plead, we just want to feel equal, we just want to feel included. People like that they're not the same type of people that once you end up getting into the club, you sit here and you want to talk down towards the other people because they're not wanting to, they don't rock the same type of clothing brand that you do. You want to, you calling me a cis male, I can take that as disrespect because you putting that adjective in front of it.
But what the hell is a cis? Like, what the fuck is a cis?
Exactly.
That's why I
the
don't know what that. I don't know
the
what that is.
first time
What is
I
it?
ever heard it, the first time I ever heard it was in a situation where I was being called out on Facebook. This was like 4 or 5 years ago, where somebody was all like, "Oh, um, just to uh just to inform you, I'm not your buddy, I'm not your friend. I would never be your friend." But it was after the fact that they ended up telling me the definition of what cisgendered is. And it's basically, it's a person of society who agreed with society's normalcy of labeling a female and a male, a female as a female and a male as a male, as opposed to growing up and you coming to terms what it is that you actually are. That's what a cis person is. They're a default. They're a default boy or girl. And so anybody anybody who's a straight person can take offense to that. We have that right to be able to take offense to that, because if you know for a fact that you are what you are, and somebody's telling you no, you are considered this, I can take offense to that. But you know what I do, I don't care what you label me, because as long as you're not wanting to use that as a derogatory word, what who am I to sit here and tell you what can and cannot be said out of your mouth? You should know right from wrong. So you being able to put uh that tone in the words that you're using should should dictate whether or not people take offense to what it is that you're saying. Because you taking offense to being called a male or a female because you look that part, you that you can't get mad at that. All you can do is correct. There's no way, there's no, I can't, you're American. So you can have that quote unquote right to be upset, but in the long run, when it comes to being a human being, you don't have that right. You don't get that right. It's like you telling people I go by the age of 35, and they know that you're 50. There's just some things that you there's just some things that you can't get away with being able to uh I don't want to say persuade.
Nigga, they're
uh
confusing. That's all I gotta say. They're confusing. They're like leave me like confusing. Like no way in gray hell are you gonna tell me I'm this and I'm a call. Like there ain't no fucking way. The minute you open your mouth and say, "Oh, you're supposed to," you ain't telling me what to. Like the minute I'll be respectful. Like, hey man, in a sense, but I'm not gonna sit there and say, "Oh, you have to do this." I don't gotta do a damn thing but fucking live and die. That's it. I don't have to do shit. I was like, there a gun to my head? No, I don't have to do shit you tell me to do. No.
hmm
If you were polite about it, then
Ex-
sure. But these
exactly.
people aren't polite. They're not even a little bit polite. Some people like, hey, don't call me by like my first name, call me by my last name because that's what I'm used to. People like, okay, that makes sense. You're used to be calling this, but that's fine. But don't
hmm
outright start being belligerent and saying you have to. No, you're gonna get the
Yeah,
same energy that you produce towards me.
there's a
And
difference
then
between an ask and a demand.
yeah, you ain't fucking none of that. Heck no. Cause I had what was it? What was it? Uh, my niece, man. Like she had a friend. She's like, oh yeah, like she's a blah blah. I'm like, no the fuck, she's not. Who the fuck told her that? She ain't. I'm like, no. I'm like, we're not. I'm like, first off, I'm like, we're not doing that in this house. No, we're not having this discussion. We're not. No, they're a boy or a girl. Blah blah blah. What's that person's name? Oh, they go by that. No, what's that person's name? Not going by what. No, we're not doing that here. And guess what? She don't bring this shit up no more. Cause it stands. I don't do. Not around me. Do that somewhere else. And God help you if you try to parade your naked self or something around my kid. You can get the fuck on. You're like, oh, do you want me
hmm
to explain? I don't need to explain shit. You pay my bills, pay my mortgage. You feed us. I don't need to listen to nothing you got to say. Fuck that. I don't need to give you a pamphlet. I don't need to have Big Bone Johnson looking like a fit. No, Barry talking to my kid. Hell no. We people out here. They need to bring back, like they said, they need to bring back the mental asylums, bro.
People are
I'm out this.
shouting, "Oh, we have black fatigue. We have MAGA fatigue. I have nonsense fatigue." I've come to realize ever since I've had my kids that my patience have just it's went out the door. And I don't know. I feel like it goes hand in hand. It goes hand in hand with why I have been getting shadow banned off of things, because it's like
This.
some people some people can't accept honesty. I'm not I'm not racist. I will admit that I have used ableist language. Um, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to nobody. Fucking YouTube. Anybody can double check or have a weird clip just randomly saved from Discord or whatever. But to make it seem as if people have a higher road or they take they take a high road compared to those um that feel as if in their eyes that they do better. Like if
Mhm.
those same people uh say don't like people using the N word, for example. Um,
Mhm.
but those same people, uh, they watch they watch movies where white people say the N word.
Mhm.
They'll try to get on others' cases that either know of white people that say the N word, or they make it seem as if we as black people we have to be the hall monitor when it comes to that word. And I'm I'm an adult. Motherfuckers around me want to use the N word. They have the ability to. Like what's his name says on that movie or the TV show. Delroy Orlando. He's just like, so say it. I'll say it with you. Freedom of speech doesn't it doesn't equate to freedom of consequence.
Mhm.
So people y- people know what words can trigger those around you. I feel like every demographic has words that are triggering. Women have words that are triggering. Black people have words that are triggering. White people have words that are triggering. Um,
Mhm.
so we as black people, we shouldn't we shouldn't be the gatekeepers to a word. Um, just like any other just like any other race, there no race in my opinion shouldn't have an outright say over what other type of person can and can't say. Um, because that's stupid. That's it's freedom of speech. It's one thing, like I would end up reverting back to saying, it's one thing if you're using that word derogatory. It's all about tone. And there's ways that you can go about correcting verbiage, like what I was saying earlier, to inform people of things. Um, I was told during that same time of being told about cis, uh, I was also told that using the term hermaphrodite is derogatory. And I did not know that. And I people had took offense to me willing to admit that there was a third a third gender besides male and female, which is a he
I mean,
she.
so that's what I'm saying. So what do you call those types of people that have that,
And in
miss
in that instance,
intersex? I don't
I came to realize that there's no means of satisfying people.
Yeah.
You can be in the right when it comes to things that you're trying to address or people you're trying to help and things like that. But people will end up still looking at you in the negative light. Um, it's like
Like I say, man,
I'm
don't be
sorry that
apologetic.
I'm sorry that I'm willing to say that there is more than two genders, but I'm not sorry that I can't say all genders, or I don't agree with you saying that there's 67 or something like that. Um, but you can't look at me wrong. I mean, you can. It's your right to, as an American, it's your right to. Um,
Mhm.
but it's also my right to an opinion, and I don't think people's opinions I don't think people's opinions should get them silenced from where it is that they're stating their opinion. It would be crazy if I was to go into a town hall meeting and in my 3 minutes of explaining why it is that I'm there and why I'm upset with the county that I live in, it boils down to me being escorted off the premises by cops. Like, why? What is it that I'm saying that is being so enticing or being so insightful?
Can you hear me? Oh,
Yeah, I can hear you. So I don't know. I know for a fact that I went to sleep last night knowing for a fact that I wanted to make a video addressing some issues pertaining to some of the recent, I wouldn't even call them run-ins because I know for a fact that they don't know me. Um, but of just some of my fellow brethren as content creators on YouTube. And that's the main issue uh that I was willing or wanting to get off my chest with making this short stream live, whatever you want to call it, debate, speech,
hmm.
talk out. So this would just end up being in future reference, or maybe the YouTube algorithm will randomly put this up here. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm still a little triggered that I've been getting banned. Thankfully, I got unmuted slash unbanned from Admin Preach. I can give them their respect. Um, as North Americans, I give them more respect because they weren't childish and they unbanned me. They're Canadians, so I'll give them their kudos, their poutine. Um,
Would you
but
have to put in like an appeal or something? Because I know
no,
they got
no,
millions of subscribers. So how the
mm-mm.
hell they just out of nowhere
So they
decided to
didn't.
unban you?
They did. So they didn't. I'm pretty sure I got shadow banned, and the reason I don't know the reasoning why I got shadow banned. Uh, the one of the benefits or one of the powers that you have when it comes to being on YouTube or the channel originator is that you could just go in and block people. You can either just go in, block people, or ban people from your chat. There's two different instances where you can do it and they not know. You can flat out ban them and it tells them you are banned, you can't interact, this, that, and the third. And then there's muted slash shadow ban. A mute can be an indefinite, like reoccurring. It could be 10 minutes, 10 hours, a week, a month, I believe. Uh, but if you're muted, you don't know that you're muted because it doesn't pop up in chat. If you're signed out of YouTube and you go to look on that stream, as you go to type into a, like, say you have a phone and your computer up and your phone's not signed into YouTube and you use that phone to go on Ab and Preach and you go either on their live or their video, and in on your computer you're signed in, you got to put a comment onto that video. If you filter it to new and wait 2 minutes, if your comment's not on there, you're muted slash shadow banned.
Hmm.
And I ended up finding that out um not on Abba and Preach's video, but it was somebody else. I want to say it was the Angry Man. I was on his live and I was answering some of the questions that he was trying to figure out because he was trying to figure out somebody's name. It was a soccer player. And I said it two or three times and nobody had like added me or said anything like, "Oh, he's correct." So I was like, "Does can anybody see my text?" And nobody answered. So I was like, "Okay, that's weird." So then I turned around and went to go test that theory out and found out that I was shadow banned. So then it got me thinking. I was all like, I wonder who else I'm shadow banned from. So I went into two other people's chats to see if I was shadow banned. I wasn't. Those two other people were black creators. One of them, I've been muted from their chat before, and their moderators told me that I was muted. Didn't bother me that day when I was unmuted. I let them know, hey, that was kind of weird that y'all muted me for my opinion. But since then, never been muted, never was banned. Every time I say good morning, they hit me back. Hey, what's up? Good morning. Hopefully you're having a good day. This, that, and the third. The next two people that I went to go check, who were at that time, it was it was Angry Man and it was Koala T. Koala T, he um shadow banned me, and the way that he ended up doing it made it seem as if I had a chance of not being shadow banned. So I stayed at my peace in the chat, like asking, yo, whoa, 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 like, why are you gonna ban me? Like, what did I do? And I guess before me being able to put that in there, his mods had already banned me. So I got on Twitch. I have a Prime sub. I followed his because he does it on Twitch. I followed him on Twitch because he had a hype train and I wanted to unlock emotes or whatever or gifts. And I followed him. He thanked me. I subbed to him. He thanked me. I let him know who I was from YouTube, went to go explain my piece, like asking him why did I get banned, got banned, insta banned. Didn't say anything racist in the chat, nothing. All I did was just let him know, hey, I'm this from there. Didn't laugh, didn't troll, nothing. And just asked. And he said, hold on. Didn't even say anything after that, just banned me. Because I refreshed it and it said you are banned from the chat. I I sent the request for an unban the next day, and since then it hasn't been unbanned. So since then, I've just come to a realization that it seems like every other black creator that does reaction, because I'm not gonna say black creators as a whole, because I don't really have a problem with Corey Kenshin. I don't have a problem with RDC World, even smaller YouTube streamers, motherfuckers that be doing speed runs and solo builds for like Warframe and Overwatch and everything like that. Um, don't have a problem with them. They've never banned me. They've never tagged me in comments, called me out of my name. It's only it's only these reactors as of recent, and I say recent being within the last 2 months, because I got shadow banned um early June, if not late May. And it just seems like because of the Carmelo Anthony case, a lot more reactors have started to get into their feelings of wanting to abuse their powers like white tea people. Um and it hurts me, not as a man, it hurts me as a black person within the quote unquote community, because if a nigga was to look at me and my stance on things, they would say that I'm a quote unquote an Uncle Tom. I'm a house nigga. But if I state my opinion towards a Republican, they're going to say, "Oh, you're a field nigga. You don't really care about progression." And that's where the divide is. I'm neither one of these niggas. I'm the nigga that don't even want to be there in the first place. I wanted to have my people have their own means of sharecropping, their own plantation and everything 30 miles away from this motherfucker because I wouldn't want to be associated with a system that's trying to take advantage of us in the first place and put us against each other. But because I'm willing to be honest and open about my humbleness, I'm banned. I'm shadow banned. And I don't that's the divide that I have when it comes to being a black American. I don't understand why niggas can I don't understand why niggas can be niggas and they can cope with that stereotype and then house niggas take offense to being called a house nigga, which they should because they're trying to progress our people. I don't like that divide.
Mhm.
I don't I don't care if you're left-handed, right-handed, you dance with two left feet, uh you have muffin top and you wear tube tops. You are in control of your life. You are in control of the powers that be given to you. You have control of your YouTube channel. You have all of the power. The only means of power that you don't have pertaining to what it is that you would do as a streamer is you streaming for that platform. The platform itself has the power over you, so they can strike your channel or ban you within a snap of a finger if they choose to. Um, there's a lot of black creators on YouTube that I respect because they don't go out of their way to sit there and say, oh, YouTube, YouTube doesn't care about black content creators because that's not the case. We as black Americans, we don't there's no filters, there's no uploads, there's no limit uploads per month that we get when it comes to dealing with our YT counterparts on YouTube. There may be some weird algorithm that ends up happening every now and then, but that's on that's on black creators. There are a lot of instances where we end up getting lazy and we either don't stream or hold on, don't worry about breakfast right now. Had two bowls of cereal this morning. But anyway, um, the rhetoric of us being on a grind isn't always true. There's times where we take hiatuses. Um, there's times where we set a schedule for us doing a thing for a whole month. And we get a week into it, we give up. Um, but it happens. Uh, it's not YouTube's it's not YouTube's fault that my channel doesn't end up getting growth. It's not YouTube's fault. It's my own fault. YouTube, just like Kendrick Lamar, gave me the platform. They gave me the opportunity of being able to state my opinion. Um, and me not taking that, taking a means of motion and trying to create waves with it is solely on me. There's never been a time of me being on YouTube, and I don't get paid by YouTube. I'm not sponsored by YouTube or anything. There's never been a time of me using YouTube where I felt that my channel was targeted. Um, and not being able to show up in the algorithm, because there's been random times where my stream, I don't bot for my streams, but there's times and instances where, depending on the time of the year or what game that I'm playing and the time of the day, where my stream will go from it'll only be me watching it on my phone to having 8 to 11 people. I'm a small person that don't get nobody coming into my stream. So that influx I'm happy with. Obviously there's some people inside the world that would look down at, oh, you only have 8 people, you're not a real streamer. That's not the point. I don't I don't stream necessarily for people to I don't stream I don't stream ideally for the masses. I stream for people who just so happen to be tuning in. If you like what I do, or if you like what you see, you could sit down and still watch it. I'm like you're already on the couch. You possibly were watching your show and it went to commercial and you're flicking, you're channel surfing, and you just so happen to see me. I'm that nigga. I've always been that type of person. If I'm able to help people, I can. I don't have no problem, God willing. Um, but in the long run, I can't be mad at nobody but myself that I don't have the same motion as a quality, a deleted, a urban boy. Um, but it just saddens me that those same YouTubers, uh, I was just using those as examples, but those same black YouTubers are the ones that eventually gatekeep. Um, they gatekeep their freedom of speech, and I don't like that. That shit's crazy.
Yeah, well, it's just getting, I don't even know if I don't think stuff like this is gonna ever change. In all honesty,
I would be surprised if it does change, especially politics. If it does change, it it'll probably change. It'll change as our generation is heading out. Like, at if we're still here, probably in our 80s, 90s, is when we'll start to somewhat see change for the better, in my opinion. Because you still have black people, that are, they have that mindset of it being hard for them to want to change, and thinking that the world is working against them. Because there are some people that still uh, are taking effects of what happened back in civil rights days, where like redlining was a huge thing, and uh, being denied credit or a credit line and shit like that. There are some people that are still in in effect of that happening, and that happened less than 100 years ago. So for America to actually change, it we have to start with our politics, and that's we're gonna have a hard time changing that, with there just always constantly being a divide in us living in a two-party system. Uh, in my honest opinion, America went to shit as soon as we did away with the three-party system. So we need to come back. We need to come back with a three-party system. um, and uh, make an age limit for our House or Senate, whatever, all of that part of the government. There needs to be an age limit. Uh, and then our president needs to have an age limit on him. There's no excuse. There's no excuse for quote unquote the greatest country in the world to be ran by a geriatric. There's no excuse for that. That doesn't make any sense. It's one thing if that geriatric was like the the leading scientist to like I don't know some groundbreaking anti-aging something groundbreaking. Totally understandable. But you having motherfuckers that are businessmen that weren't always successful businessmen. Nah, bro. It makes me feel like any and everybody can run for president, which isn't the case.
Mm, I don't know. That's why I just kind of keep to myself, man. Make myself get less of a headache for bullshit that people fucking go say and do and blah blah blah. I just keep that shit to my fucking self. Makes me hole in the head. Makes me not want to fucking scream at the fucking TVs. It just puts me at a good ease, knowing I just don't have to deal with all these issues.
Hmm.
Like I'm just not online like that. Don't care to be online like that. Just leave me the fuck alone. Then when someone says, "Oh, what do you think about?" I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. So why don't you care about the? I don't give a fuck. Like you're not giving me any reason to give a fuck. So I'm not giving a fuck. Just leave me be. It's like I don't care. You don't care about? No, I don't. Why don't you? Cause I don't. That's the best answer. Cause I don't. Is like any other crazy questions you got. I don't care. It's like I just don't. This shit's a headache.
It definitely can be.
If one person argues about it, like it's just constant arg back and like man, my God, constant argument back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, constantly. Make my head hurt. So you don't care about the climate? Nah, I fucking don't care. I don't. You should. Nah, no, not at all. Can't make me care. You can't make me care. That's why I laughed when I went to like the No Kings March or whatever the fuck that was going on down here.
The No
When I went
Kings
to go,
protest.
yeah, when I went to go fucking catch Pokemon, they're like, "Hey, are you here for the?" No, I'm here to catch Pokemon. And then I get a dirty look. Like, bitch, the fuck out of here. I'm like, it's too hot to be standing around with a bunch of fucking people that are upset, fucking protest. Why? Why? Let me catch my Pokemon. Leave me the fuck alone.
You
Like, I'm
gotta
on this
play
earth to
me.
live and then to die. Live to try to progress and then vanish. And that's it. Why do I want to make myself older than I look arguing with people? That's just stressful. People are stressed out, like trying to put their point across. Why don't you? Why don't you? I can't believe. Bro, my God, man. It's like it's just irritating.
Yeah.
It's just so irritating.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm all for people and their opinions. I'm all for grandiose changes. I'm all for it, but
I just
just leave me
I
the
couldn't see
fuck. Just leave me alone.
uh, alone. Yeah. I couldn't see myself banning somebody though just because of having a differing opinion. That's crazy. It's crazy to me. That's childish like. It's like that's bitch made. Like I don't know, man.
So what? You don't believe what I said? No. Ban, nigga.
Get that ass banned.
Ban.
It
Ban.
it gives low tier god energy, bruh.
Hmm. You ban, nigga. You don't agree with me.
Oh, you got a
What?
different opinion? Get that ass banned.
Yeah,
I ain't
get
trying to
this
deal
man
with that.
out of here. Where chat? Chat. Get him out of here. Like, damn, really? Yeah, I don't want you bringing bad vibes to the. I mean, fucking cunts.
Joey Chestnut. Hoping this 4 leg parlay will hit, man. Put I put $5 down to 140.
Hmm.
That man Beasy laughed at me talking about he bet the over for Joey Chestnut eating more than half of a hot dog. I say, hey, bro, that's free money.
Why? Eating
That's
a hot
free.
dog for what?
The hot dog eating contest.
He said he bet for more than what? Eating what?
I bet the over. One of my legs for my 4 leg bet is that Joey Chestnut will eat more than half of one hot dog.
Why? Wait, what? Oh, he don't like hot dogs or something?
No, it was a
Why?
promo. It was a pro. It's basically a free bet. Like not free money. It's just like so
It's
Prize
like
Picks basically every now and then they'll have like
tickets and
discount
shit.
promos. Yeah, where it doesn't make sense for you not to take the promo unless unless you have like another discount or a mission or something like that. It would serve no purpose for you not to take the promo. But if you take the promo, obviously it's going to lessen your multiplier. So usually on a bet like that, it wouldn't be half of a hot dog. It'd probably be like 46 hot dogs or something like that. And then there's the over under. But a bet like that or the promo is automatically the over because it's a stupid low amount. It's basic. It's a no brainer. Um, but when it comes to taking that bet, the multiplier for it is probably only like 1.5 or 2 times. Whereas if you take the regular bet of betting the over or under of 46 hot dogs, that over under would probably be 3 to 5 times. So I was like, hey man, it is what it is. If it hit, it hits. That's $40. That's $40 on a 4 leg bet with one of them being a guarantee. There is some bet like if you're able to do your research and like actually look, there are some bets where it's just a no brainer. Like there's no way that you'd lose money on it. but there's some apps where it's like you have to at least pick two bets in order for you to like submit your entry. But whereas with Thunderpick, you bet with your, well, you can deposit cryptocurrency in there to use as your balance. Um, but you're able to just bet one bet and bet as much as you're able to, because I believe you're allowed, you have limits depending on like what rank that you are on Thunderpick. But I don't be betting huge on Thunderpick because their betting system I don't comprehend. I only know about over under, like player prop bets. I don't know about like splits, odd even, handicaps like those. I don't know none about that shit. So I don't I don't mess with those.
Mhm.
Yeah, man. Some people are saying this goes hand in hand with having a capitalist market. Some people say that um, capitalism is a bad thing. Where I there are some instances where having a free and open market can be bad. Um, it can be very parasitic. It can lead to recessions
But my thing
and
is, how can okay when you have something like that, but how can you what's it uh like introduce like new ideas into the marketplace if capitalism doesn't work?
that's where in my opinion the divide ends up happening, because a majority of the people who utilize capitalism, um, they automatically say that socialism doesn't work, and that's only because of seeing the other socialist countries and comparing them to communist countries. But what they fail to realize is that a majority of the socialist states or countries out there, America has a hand in the overturning or overthrowing of that government. So that government in the beginning wasn't a socialist. It was either like a democratic, or it
Uh-huh.
was heading towards another type of um presidency or type, whatever you want to call it. And America either interjected by overthrowing, assassinating, or basically aligning themselves with the bigger side. Like case in point, Iran. A lot of people like to defend America shitting on Iran with the statement, "Oh, they've been chanting death to America for the last 52 years." But what they fail to realize is what happened before the 52 years. America helped other countries overthrow Iran's government. Iran's government during the 70s, they were thriving. Iran was the equivalent of what America wanted to be. They had just dealt with women liberation, everything. Iran was set for like a good direction. And then they overthrew they overthrew their government, had a rebellion, uprising, and put in the people that they wanted to. So I know for a fact if something like that was to happen to America, we as Americans would be shouting death to da 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 da. Like if Germany was successful in beating us in World War II, I can guarantee you there would be some Americans still to this day looking at Germans as the bad guys. So there's some people that have the right. They have that means of being able to say something like that. They have the right to look at us as the bad guys. Just like how some black people during the civil rights time have the ability to sit there and look at white people like, oh, they're the bad guy. But in my argument would be how long does it take for people to, not necessarily to get over it, but to be able to progress past it? And I feel like that's the main thing that we as black Americans have a hard time at trying to comprehend. Damn, this Dr. Pepper was good. Bro, what the hell? I should be charging my phone. Going to go be we're about to go and watch Toy Story 5.
Damn. I was getting tired of Toy Story.
You
They should have just ended that shit when Andy fucking left. Like, what
got
more
a
of a
friend
story do
in
they have
me.
to tell?
You got a friend in me.
Like, literally, they should have just ended it when, like, it would have been a perfect ending. He passed his toys on to somebody else, and that's it. Like that'd have been that'd have been the end of it. But now they just making it into a fucking Lord of the Rings shit, man. Like Jesus. I don't know. Fucking hell.
Bro, like what is going on?
Oh hell yeah. Oh hell no. Did I just kill my card? Fuck. That sucks.
A lot of people in the chat took advantage of the half a hot dog bet because all I'm saying is all you got to do is one hot dog, Joey. That's enough for me.
He probably just get up and leave. They lose money. Like that'd be the funny thing.
I'm glad. Me personally, it sucks that I know that I have a difficulty with stop smoking, but I have a lot of willpower and control over gambling. Like I know for a fact when I can call it quits and everything when it comes to me gambling. Because all of last year, basically I stopped betting and everything for like the last 4 months because I didn't have any money in my account. Like I barely had any money. And from that that little money that I had, I turn around and just been flipping it on cheap bets. And I only started betting again within the last month and a half, and I've been able to get my portfolio back up to what it was at. But some of these people out there, soon as they lose all their money, they $20, and they want to turn around and keep deposit. Let me just go ahead and put another 20 in there. Nope. Nah. Mm, nope. I'll go ahead and delete that app. That's what I happened with that's what happened with Underdog. I lost all of what I think it was like $35 in promo money or promo credit. Um and I think as of right now, I think I only have like 12 cents left, and I was just like, nope. Let me just go ahead and delete Underdogs. Well, he ate his one hot dog. I think he's on 48 now. Shit, that's a lot.
Glizzies, bro.
Yeah.
A lot of glizzies.
For my other two legs, Holland has to Holland has to shoot two shots on target or on goal, and Kylian Mbappe later today he has to draw one foul. So I'm hoping it hits, because if it does hit, I'll be happy. I'll be happy, happy, happy.
What you doing?
Nothing right now. I'm just watching the hot dog eating contest.
I was gonna see if I hop on Ascension.
I would be down to. I can play for. Let me just tell my daughters to start getting ready. Actually,
Oh, you're about to go out.
yeah. The movie starts at 1, and we
Oh,
live we live maybe not even 10 minutes away from the movie theater.
oh, dope.
So yeah, I'll just make sure that they're good to go and everything.
Yeah, because I was
Um,
starting playing yesterday, but I was being overwhelmed. I like restarted three different characters. I was like, God, Lord, because everyone's like, "Hey, man, this it's like this fucking this one's better." Blah blah blah. It does so much damage. It should be a crime. I'm like, let me. I want to pick that. I went from necromancer straight to something else. I was like, I
mm.
want to know what OP is.
Come here, y'all. I gotta do y'all's hair.
I want to know what
Stop
OP
asking where are we going and just listen.
is. Yeah, we
In
going.
the
Like,
stream, it was 1 hour. Y'all take care out there in YouTube land and enjoy y'all's 4th of July.
hey, at least the queue's not crazy. It's only 26 people.